Now, many people have used influencers to grow a brand. In my opinion, watching from afar and from just looking at the macro environment, you've probably done it the best.
Oh, thank you.
And you've been able to bring on the Stephen A's. Maybe I'm a sports guy and I'm watching Stephen A a lot, and I'm hearing him speaking on HBCU week, and it's really blown it up. How would you suggest others who want to bring big time influencers on board go about it? Is it relationships? Is it mission? Or is it a combination of both?
So for me, when it comes to my foundation, I'm not a fan of any, purely transactional relationships where you have people that just want to jump in and say, here, I'll offer you this or I'll offer you that. And I'll start with how we do our scholarship partners, and I'll go into the influencer side. So when it comes to our scholarships or even our partners who sponsor our programming, we make sure that our interests align. As I'm sure you're aware, and the rest of the world is, we are going through a racial reckoning that our country probably has not seen since the civil rights movement, where there are companies that are stepping up saying, hey, we acknowledge this and we want to make sure we're supporting that for whatever reason. A lot of these companies are doing it to check a box, not because they care, not because they really want to see and affect change, but because they want to be able to say, get off my back, we supported X. So what I do is I vet every partner to make sure our interests are aligned before we get into any contractual relationship with them. Because from my perspective, there is no dollar amount that can supersede the fact that we need true allies. And I operate the same with our influencers. So with Stephen A, it was a win-win and a no-brainer. As an HBCU alum, as an advocate, we all know that Stephen A speaks up for what he believes in. So as an HBCU alum and an advocate with a huge platform that he has, we invited him down to our annual gala and we awarded him for, his advocacy and his donation to his alma mater, and how he speaks up about, the influence that Winston-Salem had on his career. And since then, he was very impressed with our programming, the impact that we had sustained, and he wanted to help us. So with him and with influencers that we're looking at to add on, it's always about, you don't have to necessarily be an HBCU alum, but are you at least HBCU adjacent? Like, do you have family members? Have you, participated in any events? Are you aware of the culture? Are you interested in advocating for that cultural experience? Are you aware of how important the historical significance of these schools are? Are you willing to spread the word? Just things of that nature. I think when there is authenticity in the partners that you bring on when it comes to messaging and their alliance, I think that that's when you've won.